Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Patrick. In this video, I want to talk about amino acids, okay? I want to talk about protein, amino acids, and how amino acids form protein. And then I want to talk about that just to shed light on the fact that you really don't need already formed protein. Long chain amino acids form together. They bond together, okay? So all protein is smaller units of amino acids, okay, formed together to make peptide bonds, okay? And that forms the long chain, which we know as protein, all right? Now, this is the thing, right? I eat different poultry. I eat, chicken. I eat beef. I don't eat pork. I eat fish, things of that nature. Okay, turkey. So lamb. So this is not a video to right or wrong or try to get anyone off of meat. Okay, but this is just an educational video to give you a perspective, a way of looking at how things actually work in regards to what I'm talking about, and then you can formulate your opinion and make certain decisions based off of that. Okay, healthier choices. Now, like I said, we eat protein, right? We think we need protein. One of the common thoughts or the common ways of thinking is, man, I need protein. Your body needs protein. That's the first argument from, say, someone when they're confronted with a vegetarian lifestyle, okay, or a vegan lifestyle. The first thing that some people would tell you, if they're misinformed, okay, is I need protein. We all need protein. Our muscles need protein. Our hair needs protein. Our skin needs protein. You're absolutely right. We do need protein, right? But you have to ask yourself, you have to research, do we necessarily need already structured protein from other sources, okay? Now, like we said, protein itself is already formed within, so if you're eating dead flesh, okay, that was the protein that was formed for that particular animal, okay, that you're eating, okay? So that animal ate, it may be a grazing animal like a cow, okay? It may be an animal that eats anything. Like if you eat pork, pigs eat pretty much anything, but all these animals, right, they eat whatever they eat, and the amino acids in their diet form protein. Just like you think of, for example, so cows, right? Cows have plenty of muscle. When you eat a burger, you're eating a lot of protein that's already been structured and already been formed, right? But you think about it, that cow didn't have to eat protein. Nobody feeds the cow to another cow, right, and say, well, the cow has to eat protein, right? You know what I mean? In order to feed its muscles. No, the cow eats things, plant food, like it grazes off of grass and things of that nature, and the amino acids in the grass eventually forms protein in the cow's body, okay? So it eats vegetation. The amino acids that vegetation provides are the smaller units, the smaller structure that forms protein. So look, again, a good way of looking at it, your body is essentially, you're just atoms, okay? Your atoms bond together to form molecules. Your molecules bond together to form cells. Your cells bond together to form organs. Your organs form together to I think I said farm together earlier. My bad if I did. I'll tell when I go back. But so your organs form together to make an organ system, which is your body. So you are comprised of a bunch of smaller units that keeps on breaking down, okay, until you get to the source, which is atoms or quarks, okay? And so it's the same thing with amino acids, all right? Amino acids form together to make protein, okay? So I say that to say this is how it all comes together. You don't have to eat meat, okay? You don't have to eat already formed protein that's formed or that's from an animal and therefore that animal has muscles because that animal ate vegetation, and the amino acids came together to form protein for that animal's muscles. And then you're eating the dead flesh from that animal, okay, and you're eating the protein, and then you're saying, okay, I need protein, I need protein. Okay, so if you eat more vegetation, your body is intelligent enough, just like any other form of life is intelligent enough, to gather up those amino acids. Your DNA will gather up those amino acids, form bonds that will form long chain proteins, okay? And that's how you get protein. And then some plant food does already have structured protein in it too, okay? So that's why I said I'm not right or wrong in this video. I like I said, I eat different poultries and different meat and things like that myself. So it's not saying that you know, be a vegetarian or a vegan, you know what I mean? But this is just having an understanding, you know what I mean? So you can make a choice having all the information. That's what it's all about. It's not to tell you about what choice to make. It's about giving you all the information so you can form your own choice. Okay, so you don't need meat, okay, for protein. You know what I mean? Now, somebody can make an argument for other things that meats provide, you know, and say that you need it for that. That's a whole nother argument. But for protein itself, your body has the intelligence to take the amino acids found in plant food, okay, and form those bonds and give your body protein. All right. Also, from a spiritual component, okay, when you eat dead flesh, okay, you are consuming dead flesh. That's dead flesh. None of you guys are eating. See, the thing about when you go out, or none of us, because I eat too, you know, meat too. So none of us are doing like animals in nature that are natural predators, okay? So a lion, if it captures a gazelle, it's eating that gazelle as it's alive. It is killing it, but it's eating it as it is alive. Just like if we eat plant food, we're still eating living food. We chewing it essentially, you know what I mean? And you know, but same thing with it. But if we're eating it before it is dead, if that makes sense. It's the same thing with like a lion. It doesn't kill the gazelle, cook it, you see what I mean, clean it and things of that nature. It eats the blood, it eats the life force, it eats all that right then and there. But you know what I mean? So so that's why it's good for things like, for animals like lions and different predators, okay? They have the chemistry. That's the way that they are supposed to eat, okay? Like I said, so from a spiritual component though, when you kill these animals, okay, and that dead flesh sitting around for however long it sit around, it does mess with the vibration of the food. Because anything that you kill, right before you kill it anyway, it's a certain amount of fright. You know what I mean? It's a certain amount of fright, that fright vibration, that fear vibration, that scared, you know what I mean, vibration, okay? That is on that food, you know what I mean? That cow did not want to get slaughtered in order to feed you. That chicken didn't want to get slaughtered in order to feed you. So that spirit is lingering on the flesh of that animal, you know. So you want to look at it that way too, from a vibrational standpoint, because I get into the physical components of different foods and what they can do to you and do for you, but I also try to touch on the spiritual components of the food too, because food does have vibration, okay, vibration frequencies and things like that, and you're taking that on, okay? So that's why meat is, people even say that, even some of the most, you know, let's say carnal, you know, mundane people who's not big into spiritual components of things, people who don't, I get it, people who don't really believe or think too much into things that they can't see, you know what I mean? So, but even for those people, some of them will make good sense and say, you know, eat like prey and become prey and things like that, and you eat, and that's why it does it, because it does, man. If you eat a lot of meat, it does give you that predatory vibration, you know what I mean? And that's why a lot of vegans and vegetarians are kind of chill, laid back, easygoing, happy, you know what I mean, people, because that's the type of energy that they're consuming most of the time, you know what I mean? So that is another component too when you're dealing with alchemy and spirituality. You don't want to if you still want that edge about you, fellas, and even women, yeah, you do want to keep meat in your diet so you can keep that edge. All right, guys, hopefully this was a helpful video, an informative video. Peace.